Hi everyone, welcome to Inside Richmond Real Estate with the Lemus Group. I'm team leader Rudyard Boyd and I have one of our top agents.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
And today we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind right now. Where's the real estate market and interest rates heading?
That's right. We're going to break it down in an easy way, whether you are looking to sell, buy, or you're just curious, we got you covered.
So let's start with a quick look on where we are now in the real estate market. Home prices have been rising consistently in many areas and inventory continues to remain low.
Exactly. And that has a direct impact on how homes are selling. We're seeing homes sell in about a month, depending on price and location. It could differ if you're in a popular spot.
So, and Caitlin, where would you say that buyers or sellers, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market right now?
Good question. I would say it's definitely a seller's market still. We're still seeing homes with multiple offers. Even though we might have slowed down a bit on how fast they are selling, we are still definitely in a seller's market, and we have been struggling with inventory these last couple of weeks.
Definitely. We're still seeing that we're under 2 months inventory rate. So that means like we only have enough supply of homes on the market to last us for 2 months if every buyer was ready to go put in an offer right now, right? Which is not a long time. Typically, a normal real estate market is around 6 months of inventory. Anything above that is what we finally consider a buyer's market. So we still have a long way to go there to come up with some missing inventory.
Absolutely.
So let's shift gears into the interest rates. Over the past year, we've seen rates fluctuate a lot.
Yes, we have. And rates we've been seeing over this past month have continued to rise. And this could be due to many factors. It could be due to inflation, economic factors, and even
Right. Some of those economic factors are including the unemployment rate that's being announced every week on a Thursday or Friday, right? And then also job openings, right? So those are big factors that definitely impact how rates are being impacted, right?
Right.
So do you think rates will continue to climb or stabilize?
I think that they will eventually stabilize back out, whether that is a high or lower interest rate. I think we will get to some type of normalcy that we can kind of expect over, the next couple months of what the interest rate will be.
And I'm sure that everyone's eager for that moment of stability, right?
Right.
So what does all this mean for people looking to buy a home?
So for buyers, they may have a higher interest rate, which will make their monthly mortgage higher, PMI, depending on, what type of thing you're going, what type of loan you're getting. But the big difference we're going to see is that if interest rates are rising and it is, months and months later and you are looking to buy, you will notice that that house has appreciated a lot over, the course of a year or a couple months.
And what about sellers? Is it still a good time to sell right now?
For sellers, it depends. As interest rates are rising, you may see some buyers leaving the market. But here in Richmond, we have a pretty stable market. So if you are in a popular area or an affordable area, I see both of those areas. We have a lot of different neighborhoods that both the description here in Richmond, but they pretty much fly off the market any time of the year because it's in high demand.
And that's an important distinction to make right there, Caitlin. Local market versus national market, right? It's important not to pay too much attention to what's going on in the national news regarding our national real estate market because what's going on in LA, California isn't exactly happening here in Richmond, right? We're seeing a lot of these big cities depreciating, right, or losing value in some homes. A lot of cities that were flooded during the pandemic era, people trying to move, right? We're seeing a lot of the reversal on that now, people trying to move back where they were originally at, going back to their normal work conditions. So local market, that's why it's important to be connected to your local real estate expert. Know what's going on with your city specifically and not exactly all over the country. Why else is it a good time?
Yeah. So it's also a good time because, like you had mentioned, there might be less inventory and less buyers at this seasonal point in our market. But this is actually one of my favorite times to buy with my clients because usually we can get a house at least at asking price, and it's not this huge competition or bidding war. And yeah.
Exactly. So the buyers that you're seeing out in the market right now, they're serious buyers and they're moving for a specific reason, right? Because it's that time of the year where everyone's trying to slow down. On the seller side, we're obviously seeing that there isn't too much competition out there, right? And typically what people do now that we're returning to normal real estate markets is they wait for spring to try to list their homes. But the issue that we have with that is that you're going to be coming onto the market with lots of competition. There might be 5, 10 homes in your neighborhood that are trying to be sold at the same time. And that could hurt your bottom line, right? So right now still makes the best time to sell because you have serious buyers and you have less competition, potentially giving you the opportunity to maximize your bottom line there.
I completely agree. So with all that said, what predictions do you think we may see in the next 6 to 12 months come true?
So with the current trends that we're seeing, we could see some stability in the price growth rate. So what we've been seeing is that we're still appreciating on the real estate value rate, but we're slowing down, right? We're not seeing those crazy appreciation values that we were seeing in 2020 of like 12, 15, double digit numbers, right? We're definitely going back to a normal market where we have, I think, 5 to 6%. A lot of the efforts are around that prediction as well. Some of the most conservative ones are still predicting appreciation for next year, but maybe as low as 3%. But overall, still seeing steady price growth, right? So is it the best decision to wait to buy your home, right? When we're looking at all this news about interest rates, should that be your biggest concern, or should you be thinking about how much are you ultimately paying for the home upfront, right? That sales price directly impacts your mortgage payment. It kind of locks that in, right? Versus the interest rate, something that you can refinance it when a better interest rate comes along, right?
Right. A lot of times I tell my first time home buyers the sooner the cheaper, and we can always refinance to that lower rate. So we covered a lot. Is there anything that we didn't cover that could help buyers or sellers for this market?
Yeah, I would definitely start setting up a strategy session with your local expert. We don't just wake up one day and decide, hey, I want to buy a home or I want to sell my home. It's important to start having that conversation with your expert, your local real estate advisor, and set up a plan, right? If you're a buyer, what does it look like to go through the mortgage process right now? Because how the process is looking like right now isn't exactly how it looked like yesterday, right? Looking at interest rates, keeping track of those, right? When you see an interest rate that you like, can we lock it in, right? For the seller side, it's the same thing, preparation, right? Can we start preparing the home, decluttering, talking to the agent about when would be the best day to sell, right? Like, what is the plan for the holiday season? Are we not going to be showing the home during the holidays? Do we need to pause, or are we still going to be flexible with showing tours? So really strategizing, right? You don't go into a game without a game plan. And it's important to make sure you're creating that before. No one's doing any game footage analysis the day of the Super Bowl. They've been doing that for weeks in advance, getting ready for it, right? So how can we prepare for your Super Bowl, which is buying your first home, right? Or selling your home to then get into your next dream home. So once again, thanks for tuning in to Inside Richmond Real Estate with the Lemus Group. We hope this gives you a clear picture of what to expect in the real estate market coming up very soon.
Yes, and remember the market is always changing, and Richmond's numbers more than likely look completely different than national numbers. And I am Caitlin. Thank you for tuning in. You can reach me at 804-549-0408 if you have any questions about real estate.
Feel free to reach out to us and DM us on our socials everywhere. Thank you for joining.